What is up, guys? Welcome back to Jar77 Gaming for another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring none other than Star-Lord's origins, as you guys saw in the title of the thumbnail. With the movie coming up in May, I thought it would be a neat idea to revisit the origins of all the characters from the comics. Now, when we first saw the original movie come out on the theaters, it treated us to a nice origin stories. But did you guys know that the comics tell us something completely different? So for this episode, we're going to be actually revisiting his original origin story. Now, to be exact, Star-Lord has three origin stories, but we're just going to be looking at his original origin story. Now, Star-Lord first appeared in the comics back in January of 1976 in Marvel Preview Volume 1, Number 4. It was thought out by Steven Englehart and Steve Gann. So like I said, for this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the original one. And then you guys can decide, do you guys like the movie version or the comic version? And I'll leave a description of the other stories so y'all can follow at your own pace and decide which one you guys like better. So let me know in the comments, excuse me, what you guys prefer. So let's go ahead and begin with the origin story. Now, for this, I will be reading through the document so that we can get an accurate story, a brief description of his origin story. So let's go ahead and start that right now. So Peter Quill was born in a small Ohio town to a young couple, Meredith Quill and her husband Jake. Now, but when he was born, Jake realized that young Peter was not his son, as he bore a near identical appearance to his father, his true father, Jason of Sparta. Now, Jason of Sparta, we're not going to cover it in this episode, but I suggest you guys highly read about Jason of Sparta so you can find out who Star-Lord's dad was and how interesting the story gets as the origin stories change throughout the years in the comics. So go ahead and check them out. So in a fit rage, Jake tore the baby from Meredith's arm and brought him outside, where he intended to take an axe and murder Peter, only to suffer a heart attack and collapse, leaving Peter to lay beneath the stars, watching them in the distance for hours before his mother could gain strength from her childbirth to stand up and carry him into the house. Oh man, poor Peter, man. From the beginning, he's having such a hard childhood. His father leaves him, his stepfather tries to kill him, and now he's raised by his single mother. Wow, as most heroes start out, man, it's not always a cookie cutter origin story. So let's continue, guys. So as he grows up, Quill had fallen in love with science fiction after discovering the third season of Star Trek on television. Dude, Star-Lord, you just got more cooler. You're a Star Trek fan. Awesome. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys. Star-Lord actually has a birthday. He's born in the sign of Aquarius, and he's born in 1964. I forgot to leave that out, guys. So he's the only character that I know of right now currently in the comics that has an actual birthday year and day. So, anyways, one day in 1973, as Peter was making his way back from school, he encountered a UFO, rushed to get his mom to show her that he had seen alien life. Unfortunately, guys, the aliens opened fire and killed Meredith before flying away, leaving Peter alone. So no mother, no father, no stepfather. Things aren't looking good for you, Peter. So anyways, when the sheriff questioned him, he refuses to budge his instance that aliens killed his mother, and before he was taken to the orphanage, the 11-year-old swore that one day he would take his vengeance on the aliens that killed his mother. So there we go, guys. Aliens killed his mother. He's gone to an orphanage. What now? You think a kid like this is gonna grow up screwed in the head? Well, let's continue. As an adult, Quill moved to Houston to train with NASA to become an astronaut. Again, vowing to go to the stars and avenge his mother. But he became infamous for his cold, distant nature and lack of social etiquette. Topping the charts for every test they provided, Quill was by far the best candidate that they had in the program. But every action he took, even heroic ones such as saving his life fellow astronaut cadet Craig Harrelson, led to others growing to hate him for his bitterness and rudeness. Okay, well, I mean, he was bitter. No parents, no social skills, no father to teach him what a young kid's supposed to do. Of course, he's gonna be bitter and rude. I mean, it's not an excuse, but he's not looking too heroic for us guys. But let's continue. In the end, the program chose 3 pilots. None of them were Quell, who stormed out in a fit rage to drink and trash his home while taking his pet owl. AI, I'm sorry. Deciding to appear to reform to the second chance, Peter presented himself as a suitable and courageous gentleman, sociable and courageous gentleman, eventually landing him a position in a space station where another form of alien life contacted them. So now he's on a space station, and this alien's basically telling them that they must choose one of their fellows to take to be taken and become an interplanetary hero. So basically a cop, the Star-Lord. Quail volunteered, but the people decided that they'd send Harrelson instead of realizing that he was going to lose his one and only chance to venture free into space and to get his vengeance. So now they choose his buddy over him. So Peter took a gun and stole a ship. Again, acting head in first. Your typical Star-Lord, hand in first. Peter took a gun and stole the ship, wounding Harrelson and multiple other astronauts as he took his place. He encountered the alien Master of the Sun, and while the Master knew that Peter had cheated his way there, he decided to make Quell the Star-Lord anyways, giving him a new costume, gave him superpowers, and a gun that fired the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. So I didn't know that, guys. He has fire, water, earth, and air on his gun. So that's new to me, guys. That's new to me. The Master attempted to cure, in quotations, Peter of his needs for vengeance by transporting him to the ship of the aliens that killed Meredith, allowing him to strike them down. Returning to the Master of the Sun after killing the aliens, the prospective Peter realized it was more likely that he had never actually left and that his vengeance was an illusion created by the being before him. So this alien basically made it seem like Peter killed his parents, and I get where that's coming from, guys. It's basically that heroic part, that vengeance is never good, whatever the circumstances was. So that was pretty cool on the alien's part. The Master demised his indirectly and claimed that with his vengeance experienced, he would now be able to forge a new life for himself as the Star-Lord. So he cleaned them out of all that negativity and all that bad stuff that happened in his childhood, and now he decided to accept it. As after a brief moment, Quill decided and traveled with the Master to become the next man to bear the mantle of space hero. So here's a good example, and this is why I love reading comics, guys, because, you know, it has something for everybody. If someone reads this comic about Star-Lord, they can be a single, an orphan child, they can be, you know, their parents were deadbeat parents, whatever the case may be, they can find a hero or someone that have common ground with Star-Lord. So this is why I chose this over the other stories, guys. But you guys decide in the comments. Let me know what you guys like better. All 3 stories of the origin stories of Star-Lords in the comics or the movie version. So anyways, guys, if you like that, give this video a thumbs up. Also, just to mention you guys, because this is Marvel Contest of Champions, Star-Lord was actually part of the original characters in the game files when the game was released, because Galaxy of the Guardians was first released, and then this game came out. So I reached out to Kabam to try to find an exact date on when he was in the crystals or whatnot. Unfortunately, they did not get back to me, but I did have my good buddy Grave Ender respond to my question, and he helped me out a little bit and let me know that he was in the original game files. Again, guys, we're talking about 2 years back, man. I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. So it's good to have buddies like that that give you the support in the YouTube community to when Kabam does not respond. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be bringing more of these on the other characters of Guardians of the Galaxy. So look out for those videos, guys, and put your post notifications so you guys will never miss any of my videos. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so now if you like this video. Spread this video to whoever you'd like, and I will catch you guys on the next episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good week, guys.